Well, thank everybody for coming for one thing. And then also would like to thank Mark Valou here for volunteering the music for tonight. I want to thank all my customers for the past 35 plus years. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And also my suppliers who were able to give me a lot of different great products that we were able to sell and manufacture and put out to the public. I'd like to thank everybody in our community, the civics groups, schools, organizations for all their loyalty for over the past several years. And the Chamber of Commerce for offering many opportunities to display my products, network with potential customers, create great friendships with so many great people. My family for supporting me and understanding why I was in the basement engraving and putting trophies together instead of being upstairs watching TV and taking care of all the kids and playing games with them. And my wife, Lori, who was my guiding light, she came up with our tagline that says, we recognize the good things in life. And that's really what we're all about, is we recognize all the good things in life. I always keep thinking that this is a better business than being in a funeral business or something like that, because everybody walks through the door always has a really good message that comes in. And it's I used to think it'd be great to have a newspaper man right in the lobby, and they can write these stories up, and it was really, really good. And she also, she was a sounding board for all the major decisions we had to make. She came down here, she found this building, and she talked Keith Colley into renting it to us, and then ultimately selling us the building itself. So she's the brain behind the operation. I'm just the big And all my employees too that have really came up. We got Everett, and we had little Becky, and we had Terry, and there's just I know I'm missing somebody here, but it's just you need good people to run a business, and we have some really, really good people. I really thank them a lot. Then there's Becky, who worked for me for over 15 years. She was my only child that really showed any interest in the business itself, because she needed a job, for one thing. But then she was mostly because she had a true interest in the business and owning her own business ultimately. She caught on real fast. She did everything in the business that had to be done, and she handled all the financials. And she didn't have a bookkeeping background or an accounting background, but she learned it all. And then she turned her focus onto the social media, and she developed a website. All the media tools, the web design, and all the stuff that I could not comprehend at all. And she did it very, very, very well. She's a remarkable young woman. They'll take over the business and transition it into entirely online. She did that. She managed 3 clubs with the Sister Speakerhood, and was a great wife to Mike, and a great mom to 2 great kids, Jessa and Matt. They already have a great collection of trophies and pins at home, because every time they come on, they had to make a trophy. They had to take a pin. So they've got quite a slew of them. You're going to have a lot more pretty soon. That's her labor force in the next 8 to 10 years. Speaking about starting young, Becky started working when she was about 8 years old, and that plaque right over there on the corner, that was the first plaque that. This was the first plaque that she engraved. I'll just pass it around. She was like 10 years old when she did that. So you knew it was in her blood, and that's really what she wanted to do. And my time has come, and my time is over. It's time for me to pass it on to her so she can take it to the next level, and I'm sure she's going to do a great job with it. So I'm going to turn it over to her, let her tell you what the future of the store is going to be like. But again, I would like to really thank everybody for coming and making this a very enjoyable time for me in my life. Thanks very much.
have to follow that. All right, bear with me because I might cry a little bit, but. So thank you everybody for coming out and helping to wish Richard into a wonderful retirement. And don't worry, he's not going anywhere. When he's not on the beach, he'll still be behind an engraving machine or making deliveries. So, if you don't know me, I'm Becky, his daughter. And I have the honor to work beside one of the most respected businessmen in town, to learn the ups and the downs of how to run a business, how to maintain a business, Connecticut state taxes, goddamn. And it's been an even bigger honor to be able to call him my dad. And at the end of the year, he retired as the owner of Awards & More, and I took over. But something happened when that transfer of ownership happened. Awards & More actually became a third-generation business. If you didn't know, Schaefer Printing was the original Awards & More. It started with my dad and his father. And unfortunately, my grandfather died in a fire. But out of that tragedy came success, because Richard was able to go in and grab a pantograph machine, and that was the catalyst for the business that we're standing in today, Awards & More. And the odds, the statistics to survive a second-generation business, do you know what it is? 30%. So for 35 plus years, Richard has defied the odds. Take that to Vegas, right? Now, do you know what the statistic is for a third-generation business? It is not 30%. It's 12. 12%. So when I Googled that statistic, and then I Googled it again and again, just to make sure it was right, I thought about, what did that 80%, what did they not do? What did they do? And then I realized that I can't focus on that. I have to focus on that 12%. What did they do? And I came up with a couple things. A solid foundation of common or core values and business ethics. Integrity and transparency. Who you are in the dark is who you are in the light. Enough said there. Risk. You have to be willing to take a risk. You have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. And you have to be willing to stand up to people that say, no, I don't think that's going to work. You don't know the future. You don't know tomorrow. So you have to be able to look ahead and take a risk every day. And adaptability. You have to be able to duck and weave and roll with the punches. Technology is developing at a rapid pace. You have to be able to pull that in and use it to your advantage. You have to be able to be cognizant of your market and your shopping habits of your customers and be able to move and adapt with that. Strong foundation, risk, adaptability. That's what those 12% had, and I think that's what we have here at Awards & More. And I'm always up for a good challenge, and 12% is a damn challenge. And all of you, we would not be here without all of you. The internet is a beast, and you can choose to do business with anybody, but you choose to do business with us, and we really appreciate that. So before I open it up to anybody else that wants to speak, I have a little story. 14, 15 years ago, when I came to work for my dad full-time, he gave me this. Grow your own diamond, the gift that takes forever. And inside is nothing more than a lump of coal and directions that say, plant and wait. So when he gave it to me, I gave it a little chuckle and put it up on the shelf, and it sat there for many, many years until 2 weeks ago when I was packing up my office, I came across. And I didn't pay so much attention to what was inside, but more to the post-it on the outside. Becky, I can't give you a fortune, but I can give you the seeds for a fortune. Love, Dad. Thank you, guys.
How do you follow both of these two people, two beautiful people? I'm a dear friend of Dick and Laurie's and the rest of the family. They welcomed Janet and I into their lives many, many years ago. And it's been a slice of heaven ever since. We met 38 years ago in Philadelphia. Two of the nicest people we ever met. And it was such a joy to be a part of their lives over the years. And I can't thank you guys enough for making us feel so comfortable and always sharing with us. Love you guys to death. Richard, it matters not how long you dwell upon this sod, as long as you do the best you can and leave the rest to God. And there's no doubt in my mind that Becky is going to be amazing successful. That 12% don't mean shit.
I just want to tell you a story that he didn't have time to put into his speech. But when we were contemplating selling and trying to sell the business, and you know, you always want big worth for what you've created. But sometimes it isn't so monetary, and our daughter reminded us that the business was like a car. You buy a car, you put the miles on it, you ride it around, you travel to all the places you want to go to, and at the end, it's time to turn the car in. You might not get what you thought you'd get for it, but you have to remember all the pleasure and fun and hard work that went into that car. And it was our daughter, the younger, that reminds us older of what the value of life is. So.
I just want to say I met Richard at a time when life was a little bit difficult, and he extended a hand to me and offered me some guidance and opportunity and advice I may or may not have wanted at the time several times. But he helped guide me in a direction that has definitely elevated my life, and he has earned this and deserves this. Becky, you will not fail. And I believe in you. I believe in you because you believed in me. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, everybody. We really appreciate you coming out.